On January 11, 2025, a live audience of 20,000 witnessed the birth of a new generation girl group set to take Japan by storm. It was years in the making. It all started with the group's producer, one of the biggest stars in Japan, Chanmina. In my previous video, I talked about her journey to stardom, how she was bullied for being different, for her appearance, and for her weight. But none of that stopped her from becoming the superstar she is today. Since Chanmina grew up loving K-pop, being part of a girl group was a lifelong dream of hers that she never got to achieve due to her appearance. So now that she's in a position to create opportunities and make real change in the industry, she decided to collaborate with Sky High from the production company BMSG to create her own girl group.
私はガールズグループになれなかった人だから。
よく言うもんね。
そう。なりたかったけどなれなかった人だから、なんでもいいです。本当に。身長体重、年齢別にいらないです。ガールズグループやりたかったら来てくださいっていう。
On November 4, 2023, Chanmina announced the open audition for her girl group project, No No Girls.
全世界にいるノーって言われてきた人、または自分で自分にノーって言い続けてる人、あなたの声と人生を聞かせてください。
No No Girls is an opportunity for girls who, under traditional standards, would not typically be considered suitable to become idols or part of a girl group. Chanmina's speech resonated with countless girls across Japan and even reached her international fans. It gave them hope that their dream isn't predetermined by the appearance they were born with, but by how much they were willing to sacrifice. By the time the deadline had passed, 7,000 girls had applied for the audition. To answer their enthusiasm seriously, Chanmina personally went through all the documents and videotapes of the 7,000 candidates. After the first round of screening, only 250 candidates remained. They were invited to attend the second round, a face-to-face audition with Chanmina and Sky High. This is where they're interviewed and asked to perform a song from a designated list. It's not only about making it to the next round, but also about leaving a lasting impression on Chanmina, and some of them definitely did. You have Jisoo, who came all the way from Korea, which is Chanmina's home country. Momoka, whom Chanmina met from another girl group project, Produce 101, when she participated as a special trainer. And Chika, who Chanmina deeply resonated with due to their similar life experiences. After days of interviews across Tokyo, Osaka, and Fukuoka, only 30 of the 250 candidates survived to reach the third round. This is where things began to get interesting. The third round is a 9-day training camp, where the remaining candidates are divided into 6 groups, each assigned a song to perform on the last day of camp. It's also where the reality show side of No No Girls comes in. From this point forward, the audience will truly get to know and become invested in the 30 remaining candidates through No No Girls broadcasts on YouTube. Glimpses and highlights of the first and second rounds were shown in the first couple of episodes. But those who made it to the third round will have a lot more screen time and exposure now that the audition process, their training, their time in camp, and later on in the dorm are shown in a more detailed and personal manner. After 8 days of intense training, the day finally arrives for each group to showcase whether they deserve to move on or not.
Just a heavy drive 眠くない街は Don't tell me now Middle finger to this list night 神様の気まぐれに警戒気まぐれを許して今さらなんでも回ずに探して君が好き一番大切な人バカにしないでよ
Their performances were far from perfect, but impressive nevertheless. And most importantly, you just can't help but root for those who pour everything onto the stage. However, what follows next is the tough part of any survival show: elimination. 7,250 were just numbers, but starting this round, every single one of them has a face and a name you recognize from following their progress. After Chanmina announced her decision to each candidate one by one, only 20 remained. But just when everyone thought everything was settled, one of the highlights of the entire show happened.
でちょっとねこれはちょっと例外中の例外なんですけど、私のオーディション番組だからちょっと本当に許していただきたい。
ところがあるんだけど、
はい、
ギリギリ入らなかったのが、まひなちゃんだったんです。でまひなちゃんは正直私の直感を信じるのであればきっとラップがとっても上手なはずなの。だからもしよかったらまひなちゃんラップで 3.5 審査を受けませんか？
Chanmina is one of the biggest talents in J-pop right now, but talent doesn't always translate to good judgment. So her spotting a hidden gem in Mahina is truly incredible, and Mahina wasted no time to prove her right.
どうだった？
楽しかったです。
楽しかった、
はい、
初めてやってみるよね、ラップ。はい、多分ね、
初めてです。
いや、ここまで楽しんでやってくれたらもうなんで合宿に来ない意味がっていう感じだからね。
ありがとうございます。
じゃあ合宿で会いましょう。お疲れ様です。
ありがとうございます。ありがとうございました。
With the additional member confirmed, all remaining candidates will move into the dorm to prepare for the next round. The fourth round is a massive jump in difficulty, as creativity becomes the focal point of evaluation. This is a round where every single candidate is forced out of their comfort zone, attempting things they've never done before, like rapping and songwriting. But the girls really showed off their adaptability and resilience, which really impressed Chanmina. So in return, she gave them a surprise.
15日後に発表って言ってたじゃないですか。みんなの感じ見てると、あ、できるじゃんと思って、5日間短くしますね。5日ですか？5日で短くする。
And that proved to be the right call, because the level of their final product was astonishing. The melodies, lyrics, and choreography were all highly refined. Team C also brought us one of the fans' favorite moments of the whole series.
6, 7,
And that wasn't the last time we'll see it. But before we get to that, once again, the time has come for Chanmina to determine who doesn't live to see another day. Having spent more time with each individual compared to previous rounds, the cruelty of elimination is also starting to weigh on her.
こっからは本当に難しいです。この前まであんまりこう情を入れずにというか、いい意味であんまり人間性を見ないようにしてたんですけど、今回は一人一人と結構ちゃんと会話ができたので、いやめちゃくちゃ苦しいですよ。もう嫌ですね。やっぱりもう嫌ですね。
However, after an hour-long episode, which saw Chanmina give Naoko the highest compliments imaginable, 7 candidates were ultimately eliminated, leaving 14 girls only a few steps away from a dream come true. But they didn't have much time to celebrate or console those who didn't make it, because only an hour after the 4th round concluded, they were gathered for Chanmina to announce the details of round 5. For the 5th round, the survivors will be divided into 2 groups and go through a mock professional screening. This is where things get serious, as they're literally inches away from being actual professionals. They'll have professional stylists and makeup artists at their disposal, and the objective is for each group to perform Tiger, a song made by Chanmina herself, and create their own remix of No No Girl's theme song, NG. The 5th round heavily emphasizes teamwork and cooperation. Having 7 members in the group is the largest number so far, making it tricky to balance working off each other while not being overshadowed. Chanmina is also very involved during the girls' training, coaching them one by one on their singing and things to improve. This is something that I really appreciate her for. She genuinely cares for the candidates. She's frank and straightforward with her criticism, but also understanding and supportive. Her whole interaction with Jisoo when she had a breakdown was very heartwarming, considering that Jisoo was navigating through so much stress in a foreign country without her family, and the only person she could talk to in her native language was Chanmina. But the 5th round performance waits for no one. After 10 days of preparation, the girls now have to fight for a ticket to the final round, ready or not. It's astounding to see how much they've improved in just 10 days. The consistency and stage presence no longer feel amateurish, which wasn't the case mere weeks ago. After a 2-day break, it was time for Chanmina to announce her decisions. Each candidate got a lengthy and in-depth feedback, followed by the outcome. The whole announcement lasted 2 hours. And then there were 10. The remaining 10 candidates are separated into groups of 5, where they will perform another new song written by Chanmina called Drop. It's one of the most difficult songs they face throughout the audition, and it's kind of the point because Chanmina intended the song to reflect their ability at this stage. She's very demanding about their delivery and their pronunciation of English lyrics, which is a breath of fresh air in the industry.
英語を使う、日本語を使う、韓国語を使う、中国語を使う、その自分のカントリーじゃない国のお言葉をお借りして使うっていうのにはリスペクトが必要なのでと思います。その言葉を伝えるっていうところが基本かなと思います。
Aside from the group project, each member must also perform a solo with one of Chanmina's songs. And to decide which song they'll be performing, they all had deep conversations with Chanmina, discussing their past and aspirations. Then Chanmina would recommend the songs that best suited them. Since it's the final round and the end of No No Girls, Chanmina decided to turn it into an even more special occasion.
来年の1月11日です。時間あるなと思ったでしょ。時間意外とあるなと思ったでしょ。だって今8月だよ。場所が K アリーナです。何人入るの？2万。2万人入る大きいところでお客さんも実際に入れて最終審査をそこでやります。だから時間がない、ある意味。
And it's not just the 10 finalists who will be performing in front of 20,000 people. Chanmina also called in some special guests.
実は次の最終審査が、1月11日にあります。来年の。5ヶ月ぐらいあるんですよ。で、時間はあるよねって思っていて、で、その場所が K アリーナでやります。で、それにぜひ皆さんにも出てもらいたくて、今日集まってもらいました。
Chanmina mentioned in the show that she was rejected more than a dozen times at various auditions, until the high school rapping contest that changed her life. So when she said she wanted to take care of those who were rejected, she meant it. And by giving them a platform and a stepping stone, the 20 eliminated contestants will still be leaving this project closer to their dream, even if it didn't pan out the way they hoped. The final screening will be held on January 11, 2025, which means they still have 5 months to prepare and train. But as Chanmina mentioned, this is the end game. It will be their first and final live performance as No No Girls, because after that, some of them will make their professional debut. And since all 30 No No Girls will be present, the finalists will also perform in their groups from the 3rd to 5th rounds. That means more to prepare for, but it should also calm their nerves, as they wouldn't have to perform their group project and solo songs in front of a massive crowd right away. Fast forward to the day of destiny. Fans gathered in Yokohama to support the girls they've been following since the show aired in August 2024. After a brief intro by Chanmina, No No Girls The Final officially kicked off. The eliminated contestants got a taste of what their dream feels like, followed by the final showdown. After a year of training and hardship, 10 finalists battle it out both as groups and individuals. Every member gave their absolute best, nothing held back, and no regrets. All that's left is to wait. The arena goes silent, everyone holding their breath, waiting for Chanmina to announce her decision.
それでは発表させていただきます。ちか。ゆり。ももか。小春。まひな。メンバーは以上の7人になります。
On January 11, 2025, a live audience of 20,000 witnessed the birth of HANA, a new generation girl group set to take Japan by storm. The members consist of Chika, the group's best vocalist, and Chanmina's proudest apprentice, Naoko, the most complete performer of the group in every aspect, Jisu, the only foreign member and always brings a stoic presence to the group, Yuri, the most charismatic member and often at the front of the group's photo shoots, Momoka, the finalist from another famous girl group project. In a sense, she's the most experienced of the group, yet perhaps still has the most untapped potential. Koharu, the best dancer and the glue of the group. And finally, Mahina, the youngest of the group and a testament for Chanmina's eye for talent. The day after the final round, the concert was premiered on YouTube and attracted 560,000 concurrent viewers. On February 9, HANA released a music video for Drop, the song from Nono Girl's final round, and HANA's pre-debut single.
Hey girl, drop, 밑에 하나 얻어놓게 now, girl, 미세 때 gauge to what's real.
The music video garnered over 1 million views within the first day, showing the massive fanbase the Nono Girls project had established. HANA was also invited to perform at the MTV Video Music Awards Japan, where we saw the return of the legendary Kamakiri dance. On April 2nd, HANA made their major debut with the single, Rose.
Just like a rose, talking on my heart and yours.
The song reached the #1 spot across multiple music charts, and is already looking to become one of the biggest Japanese songs of 2025. Another contender for that title would be their second single, Blue Jeans, released on July 14. HANA and Nono Girls aren't just entertainment. They're a movement against the lookism rooted deep within Japanese society. Chanmina herself was one of the victims until she broke the mold with her sheer talent and hard work. The production company she collaborated with, BMSG, is also trying to change the culture of discrimination. As the child of Chanmina, HANA also has a massive female fanbase. They're inspiring and relatable to women from all walks of life, a quality many girl groups and idol groups lack in Japan. I don't think appealing to the opposite gender and choosing members based on their looks is necessarily bad. There's nothing wrong with liking good-looking people. It goes both ways. But I believe it's equally important, if not more, that there are platforms where people can shine based on their talent. And HANA has definitely shown the industry that they may not be as thin and traditionally beautiful as other groups, but their hard work and talent did not go unnoticed. There will always be haters, but this systematic discrimination based on appearance and gender needs to change. And that's exactly what Chanmina and HANA are doing. This has been Cushion. See you next time.